hello. Welcome to the Worldwide Culinary Apprentice. I am Hiroko Shimbo. Today, I will show you how to make sushi rice. Sushi rice is the very important part of the sushi preparation, even with raw fish or when you make rolls. Sushi rice has to be perfect in texture and the temperature. Okay, so first I will show you how to select the rice. Here is the short grain rice. The short grain rice, yes, it is shorter than the longer grain variety. And the difference between long grain rice and the short grain rice is the proportion of different starch, amylase and amylopectin. Amylopectin, when the rice has more amylopectin, short grain rice 80%. After rice is cooked, it becomes much stickier. Medium grain rice closer to short grain rice. So many sushi restaurants in America uses medium grain rice as a sushi rice. You can use medium short, but this is rice to make sushi rice. Okay, so first thing to do is to rinse the rice in the proper way. So this is how to do it. And actually, you are doing this in your sink with running water, tap water. But here I will show you. But even there, you need something deep bowl or even a pot, deep pot with sieve, which has small holes so that each grain of rice doesn't escape. Okay, so first I am adding water to this bowl, enough so that the rice is submerged during the rinsing. Okay, I think this is good. So let's put the rice here. And what you are doing is just a kind of grind, pick up, grab. And this process in Japanese we say togu. Togu means polish, a kind of against the sieve, or just get rid of the anything which is just on the surface of the rice. During the milling process, some dust and the rice bran or any polished parts stuck to the surface of the grain, we don't need that. Now you see, just very milky. This is a kind of 2% milk fat milk. This one you get rid of right away because there is so much unpleasant flavor here. So I am getting rid of this water. Now you need new, just clean water, and then do the rinse. And please remember that when you are rinsing, the rice is completely dried, and during the rinsing, rice absorbs water, which is very important in the next cooking process. So make sure rice is completely absorbed, but not too much. So rinsing process is much easier. Now I do this, and usually I do 100 times if I count or if I don't count, that kind of very good rinsing is very, very important. Just removing unnecessary, just off flavor. Okay, now the water is getting milkier again, but much less than the before. So a little more. So when you go to the sushi restaurant, sometimes you get very different kind of texture. Some rice is cooked firm, some a kind of this not disgusting, but just too tender or mushy to bite. And the sushi rice should be firm cooked, but it is not uncooked firmness. So it is very, very difficult. You practice it, then you just obtain the proper firmness from cooking every day. Okay, here. This is pretty good, so I will let this water again just to go. Okay, so now this is the third, and usually third time rinsing is enough. So a little more good water. Again, a kind of 50 times, 80 times, 100 times good rinsing. And usually at the sushi restaurant, where I am rinsing 3 Japanese cups of rice, which is very, very small amount. At the sushi restaurant where I apprenticeship, they cook 40 cups at one time. So washing is, of course, very labor intensive. And just as a sushi chef, when you get into the sushi restaurant, you first learn how to rinse the rice and how to cook the rice. And to cook the rice perfectly usually takes at least 2 years. Okay, this is pretty good, so I am going to finish it right now. Then up to this period, the rice is absorbed quite lots of water. Depending on the time of the season, I soak it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Or today I just, and then after soaking, always like this dry drain 20 minutes before cooking the rice. Okay, so we will rest the rice here. And while resting the rice, I will show you how to make the seasonings. The sushi rice, after rice is cooked, we toss the rice with the seasonings, which is a mixture of rice vinegar, sugar, and salt, sea salt. And some recipe says just cook it over medium heat or warm up to dissolve the sugar and the salt. But my version is just stir and mix And you have to keep stirring about 3-4 minutes until the sugar and the salt completely disappear into the rice vinegar. And again, if you are doing just warming up and trying to dissolve the sugar and the salt, please don't bring this to a boil. The rice vinegar is acetic acid, and when you cook it, just a wonderful aroma is cooked away. Okay, let's see how it looks like. Yeah, pretty good. So this one, I just leave it as is here. Okay, so after dry, a kind of resting the rice like this, and now 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and now it is ready to cook in a rice cooker if you have, or stove top like this in a pot. And here's how you do it. And for the sushi rice, you need, here's a good, this is a measuring cup. And here is the 2 cups. I am cooking US cups, 2 1/4 cups of rice, which is up to here and a little bit more. This is 1/4 cup. So that's the rice amount, volume. And how much water you need is exactly the same volume. 2 cups and 1/4 cups more. And here is exactly that amount of water. For the eating rice is much more moist, tender to bite. And for that kind of rice, you need 20% more water to cook the rice. But sushi rice, equal volume, water, rice. Okay, so here is the rice well dried, drained, goes into the pot. And the pot should have just a fitting lid. Okay, so during the cooking, I am covering the pot with the lid. So now level this. Then here is the equal volume of water. Okay. And then cover over quite high heat, and first bring this to a boil inside the pot. And the purpose is after, say, 3, depending on the stove which you use, usually after 3 to 4 minutes, you start to see the water, or boiling water spilling, almost spilling out of the pot. So when this happens, you turn the heat to medium, and cook about 7 minutes. Cooking about 7 minutes makes the inside water almost a kind of reduced to the level of rice, or most of the water is absorbed by the rice. And I will show you when this happens. But now let's wait for the boiling water coming to spill out of the pot. So the sushi rice, as I said, has to be cooked firm in texture, but cooked through. And at the end of the cooking, after cooking the rice, you leave the lid on the pot just closed for 5 minutes. This allows the steam coming out or still inside the pot reabsorbed back to the rice, and each grain of rice is much more stable. Then we will season the rice. So I will explain you about this wooden tab called hangiri. We use this to season the rice. And as you can see, this was soaked in water, and you wipe this water with clean towel. So let me explain this tab. This is made of wood, sawara cypress, and the reason why we make sushi rice in this tub is because wood absorbs certain moisture. At the same time, wood keeps the rice if it's hot. And also this has very flat, large bottom surface. So tossing, flavoring the rice with the seasoning liquid makes it very even, very efficient. That's why we use this tub. And if you are working in a professional kitchen, you certainly use this tub. And here is the spatula. This was also soaked, and when the surface is wet like this, it prevents the cooked rice from sticking to the bottom and the edge of the tub. Okay, when you look at the pot, now we start to see the smoke coming out of the pot, and I will let go a little more, and we'll start to, or almost to spill something out between the lid and the pot. Okay, so now I started to see some spilling water. So I am going to turn the heat to medium. Okay, so this will sort of stop, but you shouldn't stop the kind of good boiling. This is really doing a good job. Let's see. Now this looks okay. So from here about 7 minutes. So again, we will watch the pot. And after 7 minutes, I will show you how inside looks like. And whenever we cook the rice in this way, in this very traditional way, we tell the people that you never open the lid while cooking the rice. Otherwise you are losing the steam, which much needed for the rice to cook properly, escape. But yeah, it's okay one time. Okay, 7 minutes. Let's check the inside the pot. Now the water is receded, so just quickly turn the heat to very low, very low, and then cook additional 10 minutes. A kind of steam cooking. So very low and 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, so rice is ready, cooked. So this is rested 5 minutes. pretty good. So let's transfer the rice into the hangiri, the wooden tile. And make sure that your hangiri is moist, wet. So the sushi rice doesn't stick to the wood. Okay. So first what you do is kind of break up the rice. Clumps just pressed, well, not pressed, it's just breaking up. And now you need this seasonings. And what you do, let's see, put the seasonings, run over this spatula so that it is much more even. Okay. And then first you just turn over the rice. Well, the rice, how much rice I cooked is very small, so the tab looks very large. But always larger is better than dealing with a smaller tab. So now turned over, and then here you see kind of very shiny. Lots of seasonings are on the bottom. So now let rice grains absorb all these seasonings. And first push the rice far away like this, and then start here. You just hold the spatula like this and then move this way, and kind of cutting into the clumps. And then you do this process very quick before rice cools off. After rice cools off, they don't absorb the seasonings properly. So stop talking like me and then just concentrate on seasoning. After moving all of the rice towards you, and this one, turn this over and kind of push this back again far away from you. Now this is my second, and moving the spatula very quick, and season each grain of rice with the seasonings, which is rice vinegar, sugar, and salt. Okay. After moving here, again turn the rice over, and just push the rice back. This is third, and this is almost good. And as I said at the sushi restaurant, the 40 cups, that's one kind of rice cooking unit. This is only 3 cups, so 10 more times or a little more. Seasoning rice, 40 cups cooked rice is huge, so it is really labor intensive. Now, when you look down to the bottom of the hangiri, all the liquid, you can see the seasonings is all absorbed by rice. Okay, now rice is shiny and evenly seasoned. And what you should do now is to keep the seasoned rice at a kind of a body temperature, or 104 degree, to keep the best flavor. Once rice gets cold, lose the aroma, at the same time, carbohydrate becomes very firm, and just it is not delicious. When we make sushi with sliced raw fish, which has to be very cold, so the temperature difference between the little squeeze of sushi rice and the little cold fish slice, when it goes into your mouth, oh, that's the wonderful sensation of enjoying the sushi. So this one we keep in the restaurant, we keep in a special warmer so that the temperature keeps at this temperature, at body temperature. When you are making this at home, you transfer this rice in a Tupperware, like plastic pack. Cover it and float it on warm water. And you should use this in 2 hours. Sometimes people store the sushi rice in the refrigerator. As I said, ice cold rice just doesn't taste good. You can microwave. Usually we don't do that, but it is better than leaving the sushi rice or beyond the 2 hours, just at room temperature. So this is the sushi rice, and it should be very nice, firm, well seasoned. So let me check it before closing this video. Yes, this is a good sushi rice. Thank you.